All right, well, every single year, staff at the Palm Beach Children's Hospital hosts their Goodnight to Child Abuse event. And the purpose here is to bring the community together, raise awareness of child abuse, because oftentimes abuse is discovered by hospital staff members only after it's too late and the child's hospitalized. And here to tell us why this is so important, we have pediatric surgeon at Palm Beach Children's Hospital at St. Mary's Medical Center, Dr. Fischer. Dr. Fischer, it's so great to have you on the show today. And like I mentioned seconds ago, this is so important. Let's first talk about child abuse, the signs to look out for. What would you like to tell our viewers?
Well, sometimes just even the simple history, it can be very suspicious. Someone who's bruising in less than 9 months, someone who's a non-ambulatory child, toddler who has fractures or repeated fractures. Falls are common, but fractures in children are not so common.
Anything that we can do at home, you know, like I mentioned, you guys see this in the medical exam, so now we know what to do to spot it and say something. But talk to us about what happens during a medical exam. What are the type of injuries that you encounter?
Sometimes they see in the mouth that there's a torn frenulum right under your tongue or on the top of the tongue and the lips. You can see retinal hemorrhages in the eyes. You can see repeated or multiple patterns of bruising, different stages of bruising. Again, if it's a non-ambulatory child, you shouldn't have bruising, you really shouldn't have fractures.
Tell us a little bit about how our healthcare workers here at home are doing something to prevent child abuse. Talk about that prevention effort.
So child abuse is an interesting thing to try to get at prevention, because you really need a level of suspicion. And so one of the things that really the nurses and the care managers and people such as the NICU staff even start to educate parents early, because NICU children have, or children with complex medical problems, have a higher incidence of child abuse. So it's really training parents how to take a moment, safe space, no shaking, so you don't get the shaken syndrome pathway, and also how to do safe sleep. We always think that co-sleeping, or people think co-sleeping is fine, but then they end up suffocating. So we are really stressing those simple measures to partner with our parents.
Talk to us about what the hospital does every single year, and this is so important to highlight. We understand it's a Goodnight to Child Abuse event. This is coming up, by the way, April 9th. So tell us about that for those who don't know.
So it's almost over 12 agencies and more that we partner with, both in fire rescue, law enforcement, et cetera, child protective and Department of Families and Children. And they all come together. They flash their lights up at the children right at night who are getting pizzas, and they have their glow sticks and shake Goodnight to Child Abuse. And every year the nurses design and vote on a best design. And this year is Say Something, Do Something. And it's so important because that is getting at the level of prevention, which is if you have a level of suspicion, you'll say something, and even that draws attention, which is excellent.
Exactly, and we have so many organizations here in our community to call, and all you have to do is just Google it. Palm Beach County, they have wonderful resources that you can call and reach out if you spot anything, if you see anything suspicious, to do something, just like that shirt said. Thank you so much for sharing. Anything else for those who are interested in attending this event, April 9th, and it's happening at Palm Beach Children's Hospital.
Yes.
Dr. Fischer, thank you so much for all you do here in our community, and we'll be right back.